It's Hanging with Hustle. We're here today with Ron Allen.
What's up, Jamie?
OG, 20, my whole life, damn near, skating.
20 years.
So yeah, Ron, you're a skate legend. Definitely first black street pro.
Oh, damn.
You want to speak about that, like the old times of that?
All I can say is big up to Chuck Treese, Steve Stedham, Marty Grimes. Golly, I can't, like those guys. Clyde Singleton, Kareem Campbell, big up to all those guys. Marty Grimes a lot, because Marty Grimes, I showed my parents Marty Grimes in the magazine, and that was like a big up, like back then. So.
All right, you've been about a huge inspiration to me, like starting board companies and me starting my company. You want to give the people out there a little rundown of your board history and you taking control of your own shit?
Well, I was the first pro on H Street skateboards. First initial pro. Then came Hensley and Danny and all those guys. And then I started my own company called Life from H Street. Then Life, because Life is always good, I came up to Deluxe and started Fun. And then with Fun, that's where I met Heath Hofnagel, Keenan, Popecki, all those cats. Then I did American Dream Incorporated with Ali Asha and Harold and Mike Hernandez and Johnny Fonseca and all those cats, Jamal Williams. And then I left there and I did Heaters, which was a hot second with 2C and those cats. And 2C had been around since H Street days. And then I did Energy with Walker and Mark Gill and Jack Sanchez and a bunch of rippers. And then I got on Creation for a hot second, was the team manager and pro for Creation. And now I'm back on H Street. That's the board thing. So I went from H Street in '87 all the way back around to H Street again.
Wow. All these new skaters, skate rappers are trying, that's the new fad in the industry. What do you guys say about that, since you're basically the originator of that?
I think it's great. I think that this shows you how much creativity is in skateboarding and how much skateboarders really are more than just skateboarders. They're poets, and there's probably a lot more poets in skateboarding than there are really good skateboarders, because a lot of guys can really rhyme and they do it really well. And I've heard of people like Pharoah Monch and Yellow Wolf and heads like that. I've skated with Yellow Wolf, so yeah, to me it's great. I think it just shows you that shows you how deep skateboarders are. We're just a deep culture of human beings that people just forget that we have so much more than just we're just trying to skateboard.
You're one of the first dudes that I can remember that skated to your own song, and actually, shit, you damn near fucking soundtracked the whole HD videos back in the day. What's your take on that, and how what was that?
Back then we didn't know how tough it was, and that's a lot. It's a lot to do 4, 5, 6 songs. Props to Tommy Guerrero. I think he's done some soundtracking. That's hard to do. Nowadays you get a single on someone's, we did Mike York's back in the day, a Mouse, and that was tight. Nowadays, I would love to do soundtracking, but then you'd have to sit down with the guy, see what he likes, see what he's into, and then work with the kind of beats and stuff that he would. And it'd take a lot of time. But I remember that Zoo York. Remember that
mixtape?
Yeah, woo! That was some shit.
I just read up a little history about that too.
Yeah.
Now that you're back on H Street, what do you then you just celebrated half a century going on, about to turn century point one. What's your take on being a legend skater? Street skater, actually, because most of the legends are pool or transition skaters.
I love the guys who ride vert. I think that's amazing, pools and stuff. I've always grew up skating street. Street is the street. It's like riding around, and it's still fun, and it's still a lot, and I ain't never gonna quit. You learn a lot. I've learned a lot, and I'm still trying to keep learning and keep filming.
Shout outs to anybody.
I give the biggest shout out to Magdalena, always, Paradise Wheels and H Street and Indy, and so big shout out to Osiris.